Lao Tzu, the secret of effortless action that changes everything. You are exhausted, not because you are weak, not because you are failing, but because you have been fighting everything. The clock, the people around you, the version of yourself you think you should already be. I see you. My name is Lao Tzu. I lived in ancient China, more than 2,500 years ago. I watched emperors collapse under the weight of their own ambition. I watched soldiers win wars and lose their souls. I watched ordinary people, just like you, spend their entire lives running toward something that kept moving further away. And before I disappeared into the mountains forever, I left behind one teaching. Just one. 5,000 characters. The Tao Te Ching. Most people read it and think it is poetry. A nice idea, something to put on a wall. But today, I want to tell you what it actually means. What I actually meant, the secret that has been hiding in plain sight for over 2 millennia. It is called Wu Wei, and it will change the way you live from this moment forward. From the time you were a child, someone told you this. Work harder, push further, never stop. Success belongs to those who force it into existence. You believed them. Of course you did. Everyone around you believed the same thing. So you pushed, you forced, you fought, and sometimes it worked. Just enough to keep you believing. Just enough to make you think that one more push, one more sacrifice, one more sleepless night would finally get you there. But here is what no one told you. Water does not force its way through rock. It flows around it, over it, through the smallest cracks, quietly, patiently, without effort. And eventually, the rock is gone, worn away completely, by something that never once tried to destroy it. That is Wu Wei. It is not laziness. Do not misunderstand me. Wu Wei is not lying on your couch, waiting for the universe to hand you your dreams. Wu Wei is action without resistance, movement without struggle, living in alignment with the natural flow of things, rather than fighting against it at every turn. When you swim downstream, you arrive. When you swim against the current, you drown. Exhausted and you still have not arrived anywhere. The river is always moving. The question is whether you are moving with it or against it. Let me ask you something. Think about the last time you were truly at peace, truly at ease. Not the peace of someone who has given up. The peace of someone who knows exactly what they are doing and trusts it completely. When was that? For most people, it is rare. A moment here, an afternoon there, and then the noise comes back. The pressure, the feeling that you are behind, that you are not enough. That time is slipping away. That feeling has a name. In my world, we called it the trap of excessive doing. Wei Wu Wei Ji. Doing that comes from fear, not from wisdom. When you act from fear, you create resistance. In yourself, in others, in the world around you. You grab too tightly and things slip away. You speak too forcefully and people close their ears. You chase too desperately and what you want retreats like a shadow in sunlight. I have watched this pattern destroy kingdoms. I have watched it destroy relationships. I have watched it destroy people who had everything they needed for happiness, but could not stop fighting long enough to enjoy it. You cannot force a flower to bloom faster. You cannot make the sun rise sooner by staring at the horizon. And you cannot build a meaningful life through sheer aggression. Against the clock, what grows naturally is strong. What is forced is fragile. Now I want to show you what this teaching looks like in real life. Your life, today. Picture the best conversation you have ever had. Not a debate, not a performance. A conversation where something real was exchanged. Where you listened more than you spoke. Where the words came naturally, without effort. And something opened between you and another person. That was Wu Wei. You were not forcing that conversation to go anywhere. You were present. You were responsive. You were allowing the natural connection to unfold. Picture a moment when you solved a difficult problem. Not by thinking harder, but by stepping away. You went for a walk. You slept on it. And then, without warning, the answer arrived. Clear and whole, like it had always been there. That was Wu Wei. The solution came when you stopped blocking it with effort. Picture a time when you were working and hours passed like minutes. Your hands knew what to do. Your mind was quiet. There was no gap between you and the task. You were simply in it, completely. That was Wu Wei, effortless action, not the absence of action. The perfection of it. This is available to you, not just in rare moments, as a way of life. Let me give you 3 ways to bring Wu Wei into your life right now. Not philosophy, practice. The first practice is this: stop before you react. When something happens that triggers you, when someone says something that makes your chest tighten, when a situation does not go the way you planned, do not act immediately. Wait, breathe, feel the river beneath you. Most of what we call action is actually reaction. And most reaction is fear pretending to be strength. When you pause, even for 10 seconds, you break the chain. You return to the river. You find your flow instead of your force. The second practice: follow the path of least resistance in small things. Not in ethics, not in your core values. In small things. The route you take to work. The order in which you do your tasks. The way you spend a quiet hour. We waste enormous energy making small decisions from habit and anxiety. We fight our own rhythms without realizing it. Begin to notice when things feel effortful for no good reason. And ask, is there another way that costs less? Is there a direction that feels more natural? You will be surprised how much of your daily exhaustion comes from unnecessarily fighting your own nature. The third practice: trust the process without abandoning it. This is the most difficult one, and the most important. Wu Wei does not mean you stop caring about outcomes. It means you care deeply about what you do right now, in this moment, while releasing your grip on exactly how and when the result appears. A farmer who plants seeds in good soil, waters them, protects them, and then trusts the season to do its work is not passive. They are profoundly engaged, but they are not standing over the seeds screaming at them to grow faster. Plant your seeds, water them with your consistent attention and honest effort. Then let the season do what the season does. You cannot control the harvest. You can only tend the garden. Now I want to tell you the deepest truth. The reason Wu Wei is so rare is not that it is complicated. It is that it asks you to trust yourself in a way that our world does not teach. When you are always forcing, always pushing, you do not have to trust. You just have to work harder. If something goes wrong, you can blame the effort. You can always add more. But Wu Wei requires something different. It requires you to believe that who you are is enough. That your natural gifts, followed with honesty and patience, will carry you where you need to go. That is terrifying for most people. Because if you stop forcing and things still go wrong, then what? Then who are you? I will tell you who you are. You are the river. You are not the force that moves the water. You are the water itself. You have a nature. You have a direction. You have a strength that does not look like strength, because it does not need to announce itself. The river does not apologize for not being a hammer. It simply flows, and it carves canyons. You have been trying to be a hammer your entire life. What would happen if you finally let yourself be water? I left the world a long time ago. I walked into the mountains and I did not come back. But before I left, someone stopped me at the gate and asked me to write down what I knew. Just one last time. And so I wrote the Tao Te Ching. 5,000 characters. A whole life of watching the world, compressed into something small enough to carry. And the heart of all of it, the one thing I most wanted people to understand, was this. The universe is not against you. It is not indifferent to you. It has a nature, a Tao, a way, and when you align yourself with that way, when you stop fighting it and start listening to it, life does not become perfect. But it becomes real. It becomes yours. You stop performing. You stop pretending. You stop exhausting yourself to be something you are, not in a place where you do not belong. And in that stillness, in that alignment, you find that you are capable of far more than force ever produced. The tree that survives the storm is not the one that fights the wind. It is the one with roots deep enough to bend without breaking. Grow your roots. Stop fighting the wind. That is Wu Wei. That is the teaching I carried out of my century and into yours. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are simply a river that forgot it did not need to push. Remember now, flow.